and then the shortcuts under this setting. So it's teaching you a lot of shortcuts here. So when the display loop comes, so for example, if anything comes, like when I display this, and then I want to go according to this shortcut, so the settings shortcut, this whole thing can be seen here. Like there's a dedicated shortcut button here. So let's just use that one, and let me explain what's happening here. So here it says the display loop. This right arrow key is the next verse, and then this left arrow key, yeah, which is this one, left, this is right, this is left, is the previous verse, and then the space is to toggle the whole screen. Okay, so let's try it. So we are here in Matthew chapter 4 verse 5. When we press the right arrow key, it goes to the next verse. Right arrow key, the next verse. Left arrow key, the previous verse. Like, I mean, the reason why it's coming and then overriding what I'm saying is because I'm saying previous verse, I'm saying next verse. I mean, I explained earlier that we have a higher context that will do that. That will take the thing to the next verse and then previous verse. Like, I mean, immediately I say see the thing changing. So let me not mention that. But the right arrow key will take you forward, and then the left arrow key will take you backwards. So that's the thing. So immediately the scripture comes, it pops up, and then the guy wants to go to the next, you just click on the right arrow key. If he wants to go back, you just click on the back arrow key. Let's say he mentioned Matthew chapter 4 verse 10, but what he really wants is Matthew chapter 4 verse, I don't want to say it so that it changes, right? Then he said there's a mistake. Immediately you press. So here, it's here. Look at the shortcut. It says that. Okay. You let me do the ones. This one here. Here. This one. So you can press. So when you have a wrong verse, okay, like, but you have a correct chapter, just press Command and E if you're on the Mac. Immediately you press the Command and E, it will automatically highlight the verse. Then you quickly change it. Maybe you are going to 16. Then just type 16 and hit Enter. You are done. If it is the chapter that is wrong, but the verse is correct, you just hit Command Shift E, then you quickly type maybe 616. Then you are there. So everything here, if you read it well, even if you can't see the signs, it will tell you exactly what this means according to the computer that you are using. So I'm using a Mac. It says Command K is to focus on the search, and then Command plus E will edit the verse. Command and Shift and then E will edit the chapter, and then the Command question mark will open settings, and then just the question mark will toggle this thing that I'm reading, and then Escape will close any modal, right? And then something that's really destructive is the Command and then the Shift and the R. What does the Command Shift and then R do? So when I do Command Shift R, it will reset the context. Instead of me coming here to click on reset the context, I can do Command Shift R. So there are so many shortcuts that you can engage, but you just have to learn them and study them, okay, and then know that, oh, okay, this is what this is for and this is what that is for. Okay, if I want to clear everything, it's saying that I have to do Command, where is it, clear everything, Command Shift and then delete. So Command then Shift then delete, everything is cleared. Okay, everything is cleared now. So there are shortcuts for a lot of things. So when, let's say, when I say switch to the New King James, it will switch to the New King James version. But the pastor might not have the right phrase. So the pastor can say, "Can I have the Passion Bible?" or something like that. "Can I have works?" So let me use a phrase that does not work. Okay, do you have the NLT version? You see, nothing really happened, right? Do you have the NLT version? Nothing is happening because it didn't pick up that phrase. So quickly, you the guy sitting behind, you press Command T, quickly Command T, then just type NLT, then hit Enter. Bah, it's done. So it's both automatic when the pastor gets the phrase right, but be attentive and be set to press Command T to enter the particular version that the pastor wants. So that's also the shortcut for the translation. Switch back to King James version. Okay, then it switches back to King James because that phrase has been caught inside the system. Okay, then when you come here, you can actually, so for example, if the prefix, you have this prefix, I told you that for each of the Bible we are doing 1 or 2 or maximum 3 words, especially for something like books that have the same first and second, whatever. Something like Obadiah is just O. You can come and do O Obadiah 1:1. It will just enter straight, right? I mean, the live transcription also caught it.